Hello and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for November 28th to December 5th, 2025. If you're new, you're most welcome. And for all of you returning, thank you for adding your energy to mine as we co-create this reading of the week so that we learn and pull in what it is that will be most helpful for us as we navigate the energies of this time. I invite you to close your eyes. Let's take 3 nice deep breaths together. Pulling our energy into sync across time and space. And with that third exhale, I invite you to imagine a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going down deep into our Mother Earth, grounding us here and now in this present moment, in these beautiful bodies, knowing that this tree root is not only anchoring us and grounding us, but it is also a conduit through which anything that no longer serves us can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for our new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and once again I'm gathered with your children from all over to co-create this reading of the week for November 28th to December 5th, 2025. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, both personally and collectively, for our highest and greatest good, to help us stay in the loftiest, cleanest, clearest way possible as we navigate the changes on this planet and the upsets that are happening around us that are part of that unraveling. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication to be present and facilitate this exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and best way possible, and that we cover all that is in our personal and our collective heart and mind at this time to our satisfaction in this window that we have together here today. I'd like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, across time and space, creating a beautiful circle, bubble of light around us, holding the frequencies and intentions of love, of light, of healing, of clarity, of transformation, of insight, of healing, of whatever is uppermost for us, both personally and collectively. May it be held here in the best way possible, so that we can be of highest service in our own experience and that of all those whose life we touch, and in service to more life on this planet. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you, my friends, for coming and holding us in this way. I'd also like to thank the Spirit of Heart's Home, which is my container, which holds me in such a magnificent way and is the grounding for these readings every week. Thank you. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies and these intentions is welcome to go now. Shall we? Okay, Creator. So I went for a walk this morning and went down to the ocean and felt like she wanted to be part of it today. So I've collected up all my shells to join us in this reading as a representative of her energy. And I call her in now, the magnificent water of life that we are the living waters of, carrying her through our bodies. The waters of life that we drink, that we swim in, that all life requires for their highest and best existence. Thank you, water, for being so kind to us and generous with us. May we become aware of your preciousness and take better care of you in all ways in our lives. Okay. So, Creator, what do we need to know this week, November 28th to December 2nd? Or was that the 3rd? For our highest and greatest good, both personally and collectively, in service to our best. Okay, so we're starting with the card of sacrifice sitting in the position of past, so information from our past that is relevant to our experience now. The 8 of Hearts is about emotions. It's about a lot of emotion. It's like an ocean of emotion. We have fish swimming around down here. We have these tears and this silvery background, and it's sort of this feeling of so much feelingness. And we've all had times like this in our lives where there's just been a lot to feel. And it's a human thing, feeling. I don't know that we feel in quite the same way when we're not incarnate in a human body. And learning to understand, or coming to the place of understanding, that we are not our feelings, that they are experiences that pass through us. They are information for us to become aware of and to release as it comes through us. Feelings are not meant to be held onto. They flow like water, hence our water theme today. So this energy of water, as we go through the changes that are coming, we will have a lot of feelings. We might have upset. We might have joy. All spectrum of emotions, no doubt, will come up because we are human. And that's what we do, is we feel stuff. And we need to remember that we are not the feelings. They are part of our experience, but they are not us. We can have the feelings. We can let them flow through us. We can recognize and give them names and understand where they come from or not. But simply recognizing and witnessing that they are there gives us insight into our experience and into where we want to be going. So this card of emotions from our past, of sacrifice, of putting ourselves last, is also the symbolism of this sacrificial idea that's also coming to the surface here with this card today. This idea that it's no longer okay for us to sacrifice ourselves on whatever altar, whatever it may be. We're here to be clear channels for our love, our light, our abilities, and our talents on the planet at this time. And that's a right balance between ourselves and others. This isn't about emptying the container of ourselves for others so that we're left with nothing. We have to have that right balance within us. So this card is also speaking to that, and to us becoming aware of where we may have sacrificed ourselves in the past, and where we may have emptied ourselves out to the point of oblivion nearly in the past in service to something that was outside of us and not necessarily nourishing to us at the same time. It's a really delicate balance, this self and others. We've come here to be individual expressions of the divine consciousness. We're doing that on purpose. We didn't come here to merge with anybody else. That's why we individuated. And yet, we are still here in service through our talents, through our abilities, through our gifts, through our wisdom, through our selfness, to add to the experience of others, to be a cooperative component in their experience and their unfolding and their greatness. It's not separate. It's all part of the same thing. So we do need to take care of ourselves, so that we can show up with our cups full and overflow into the cups of those around us. And when we do that, that's a sustainable way to create the new world that we want to live into, not endlessly sacrificing ourselves. And I think, I'm not saying that men don't experience this, because there are certainly men who do, and I'm grateful to all the humans on the planet who are doing their best to be the best that they can be. But this is also deeply part of the feminine conditioning. This sacrifice and sacrifice and sacrifice of the self for the good of others. And there has to be balance, or illness and resentment and all those other things follow. So this feels important this week. I don't know if there's anyone out here in particular who needs to hear this, but we need to come to right relationship with ourselves and with others so that we can be of highest service to all of life, including our own. The present card, another heart. It is a very watery reading. So, fulfillment, this glorious energy, fulfillment it's very rich. We just have this lovely individual, and she's standing here looking at some grapes or something, I think. I don't know. I can't quite make it out. But it's this lovely energy of richness, of fullness, of satisfaction, of our cup being full. Once again, this idea of our fullness, fulfillment. We can fill the cups of others when we are full. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to make sure that we're doing what we need, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritual, to ensure that our cups stay full. And that is very close to the energy of gratitude. that energy of fullness, of richness, of abundance is very connected to the energy of gratitude. And so when we have gratitude for all the blessings in our lives, this quality of fullness comes into presence in our experience. We realize just how blessed we are. We start to count the blessings, and the more we count them, the more we realize the blessings in between. It's this amazing feeling of gratitude and appreciation to life for providing us with everything in our experience. And all that we've experienced has made us who we are in this beautiful moment, even the difficult stuff. As we know, it all serves us. It is all for us. And this emotional awareness is clearly important this week because we've got 2 hearts so far. 7 of Pentacles, near future, we have the card of frustration. This farmer's been farming his field and he's not reaping the rewards he was hoping for all of his efforts. So this is sitting in the near future. This quality of the material world not matching our expectations on the felt level. But what's really important about this is where our attention goes is where our energy is going to flow. What we pay attention to expands, because our attention is actually a form of nourishment to whatever it is that we're focused on. And the more we give our energy and our attention to something, the more it becomes larger in our experience. And it's good for us to be aware of that, because as we look out into the world and we see all the shenanigans that are going on and all the upsets and all of the actions that are being taken, and, depending on who's delivering them, it can be very off-putting. We have to realize that we are the ones creating this through our attention. So if we're not seeing what we want out in the world, remember, don't fall in the hole of wallowing around it. Use the contrast to get clear about what is wanted, and then focus on where you want to be going. This is just information. It's just feedback. It's like, okay, the manifestation isn't quite here yet of what it is that I want, or I haven't tapped into the evidence of it as yet, because there are pockets of tremendous possibility and positivity and good stuff happening all around us. We just aren't tuned to it, and we tune to it through our vibration by staying in the vibration of what it is that we want to be pulling in. So it's a lot of discipline on our part to become aware of where's our attention going. Are we just wasting it? Are we focused on things that don't serve? Are we nourishing what we don't want? Giving attention to what we don't want? Or are we in service to the greater good and nourishing something beautiful? Yeah, it's again, this idea of a balancing act. We need to be very conscious of what we're doing and deliberate in our actions and our thoughts and our choices. Where are we putting our energy, our attention, our focus? Where are we putting our emotions? What are we feeling a lot about? And being kind to ourselves as we have our experiences, and know that it's not forever. The clouds are the emotions and we are the sky. And as the clouds pass across the sky, they move out, they change. And then we're still here. We are the sky. We will still be here after all of the feelings, after all of our experiences. We will still be here. But we have an opportunity right now to do it really, really well, to live this experience to the best of our abilities, to focus on what is helpful to us, and to move in right direction. And the intention is the first step. The intention that we set with ourselves and with life. My intention is to be a clear channel for love, for light, for wisdom, for healing, for beauty, to see and affirm and evoke the highest and best in everyone that I meet. That's one that I like to use. So that as I move through my day, I keep it lofty. I keep my energy high in service to more life, so that I can use my energy to help grow the energy in the outer world around me and make heaven on earth. Because ultimately, isn't that worth it? Isn't that what we would like to be experiencing? More of that magnificent, beautiful, co-creative magic. Okay, and the foundation. We have the Hierophant, or the Pope in other decks. This is the inner teacher. This is the wisdom that we all have access to within us. And it's the foundation card this week. It's why we're having the reading. We need to be tuning in to the wisdom within. It will help us to navigate all the feelings, all the emotions, all the stuff that we got going on in this world. Help us to ground them, to give them a drain to run down, to give an analogy, so that we're not in a state of being flooded, that the energy continues to flow, and that we can stay witness to our experience, clean and clear, in that loftier aspect of ourselves, with gratitude and appreciation, so that we can create what will be fulfilling and satisfying, rather than something that doesn't, giving our attention and energy and nourishing something that isn't fulfilling and nourishing and satisfying in return. So even when we do go here, though, it's just feedback. Even when we do have frustration, even when we do have the experience of things not going quite the way we want to, it's just information. It helps us to realize we're a little bit off track, reestablish focus, and keep going. And we can best do this by having a relationship with the inner teacher, with the inner guide, with the divine within each and every one of us. And we do that through meditation, through some other kind of contemplative practice, movement practices as well. That which takes us to our peace, to our inner self, to our inner calmness, where we are expansive and receptive and wide, where the wisdom and the insights can easily and effortlessly drop into our field because we've cultivated this expansive state. So that's our foundation for this week, remembering that this is our most resilient state of being, our most resilient way of being in the larger world. We can best navigate all of that when we stay clean and clear and connected to our source energy. Because, of course, this human body and this human experience is temporary. We're not here forever in this human form, this particular iteration, or at least we haven't done that up till now. Maybe in our own lifetimes that will change and we will regenerate. Who knows? I don't know. I'm open to the possibilities. But becoming aware that we are timeless, magnificent creators in human form at this time, and that we need to be bigger than our experiences, emotional, material. We need to remember that we are bigger than these things, and that we're here at this time in service to this incredible evolutionary process that humanity is going through. So by adding our good energy, our fulfillment, our satisfaction, our pleasure, our joy, our wisdom, our happiness, our thriving to the human field, we're helping to build that into our future collectively. And if we are resilient in the face of adversity, if we say, okay, yes, it's disappointing, and what do I know now? We add our resilience to the human field, and that changes humanity as well. We begin to realize that we're not at the effect of life. We are co-creating with life. Life is providing us with helpful information to our everyday experience, and with that information, we can hone the direction that we're going in and become more, because we didn't come here to sit along the sidelines and watch other people do their thing. We came here to live our life and have our experience and thrive and be joyful and do all the things we came to do in beautiful ways, in service to each other and to more life and to this beautiful planet. It's a great, big, complicated dance that we're all participating in. And we can be as active or as passive as we choose to be. But we need to be on the dance floor, is what this is saying. So yes, emotions, yes, disappointment, but by staying focused on gratitude, by staying grounded in our meditation practices and those things that bring us back to ourselves and our heart, we will be powerfully able to keep on target, to keep moving forward, and to navigate whatever the contrast that life brings us, to use it to our best advantage, because that is true mastery. Okay, and with this, let's see what the card to grow on is. Okay, Creator, Spirit of Water, who's with us this week. What is our card to grow on, that we may bring our best attention and energy and focus in service to life with us from this understanding of this week of the, yes, emotions and yes, material can be difficult, and yet we can overcome through staying full and aligned and in our practices. Let's see if that one comes up again. Just so you know, that was the fulfillment card. So what is our card to grow on this week, Creator? In service to the good within us and the good without us. This amazing cosmic dance we are all part of, so that we may do it to the best of our ability. For everyone's highest and greatest good, please. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords, and the card is opposition. So interesting, because we had that frustration card, and now we have the opposition card. And here she's carrying something very precious close to her heart, and she's fending off the swords with her bare hands. So there's this quality of protecting something really important to us, and against any adversity that is coming our way. And this is an interesting card, of course, because this is an interesting time that we're living through. It does feel sometimes like there is a need to protect what is most precious to us. And because it is under assault, there is a lot coming towards us that is, or it seems to be, seeking to undermine this precious thing that we're holding. But it doesn't mean we give up, and it doesn't mean we stop. We get clear about what's important to us, we stay lined up with it, and we keep going, despite the adversity. We've got this. We are eternal beings, having an incredible human experience on the earth at this time of transition and transformation. It's a privilege to be here, and we have an opportunity to carry forward something very precious and very beautiful into the future, to create something magnificent for those who will come after us. So staying focused on that good, despite the adversity, hold on to what is precious. Give your energy to that. That's what we want to expand. We want to expand the beauty. We want to expand the harmony. We want to expand the kindness, the love, the well-being, the healing, the transformation. We want healthy waters. We want healthy soils. We want healthy air. We want all the creatures on this land to have the beautiful life they came to live. We want to get beyond, because this is swords, this is ideas in action, this is kind of humanity's ideas, their structures, their rules and regulations, which help us to coexist in some ways, but sometimes it becomes overbearing and it becomes an attack on who we are authentically. Who are we truly? What is truly in our heart? And so this card is saying, hold on to what is important. Clarify it if you need to. Write out what are the important things for you, personally and collectively, for the human family and for the earth. Clean water is good for everybody, not just us. Clean soil is good for everybody, not just us. Clean air is good for everybody, not just us. So that's a simple thing that we can put on our list and we can add our energy to. And just getting clear about these things, because when we know what we want, when we're clear about that, we resonate more clearly with it, and it's more easy to pull it towards us. We start to recognize the cooperative components because they have a similar resonance. It's just like we would do for any kind of visualization. A visualizing board so that we project what it is that we want. By doing that process, we get familiar with the energy of what we are seeking. We put ourselves into that vicinity so that energetically we become sensitive to it. And as a result, we then recognize the cooperative components, the people, the opportunities, the energy. And as a result of that, we can pull it in far more readily to our experience. And so this is important for us personally, absolutely. Gosh, life is so different when we know what we want. And it's powerful collectively. Because if each of us gets clear about what we want to see for the earth, from that harmonious, happy, connected source energy place within each of us, that's when we pull it in. The clearer we are about it, the clearer we know that when there's something that comes up that is not related to that, we can say, hey, that doesn't match the dream that I have for my future, for the future of the planet. And we can start to curb what humanity is doing, the destructive impulses, etc. And it creates a drawing of the solutions that we want. It creates a vacuum, a pulling towards us of all of the solutions that we want. And we as humanity can deliberately cultivate this, coming back to what is valuable and precious and important, the things that we all care about, for the good of not just ourselves, our children, all life on this planet, and the future of this beautiful planet itself. It's a big mission. So, what is important to us? What is precious? What is valuable, personally and collectively? And again, maybe just take 5 minutes and jot that down. If you'd like, put it in the comments underneath. What are some of the things that you value? Some of the things that you feel are important? And maybe we could just inspire each other, because I'm sure there are many things I have not considered that you have that will bring me to greater awareness and appreciation and desire to pull in, so that I can add my desire to yours, and we can amplify our desires collectively, deliberately, masterfully, to pull in the new earth that we know is possible for the good of all of us. And with that, my lovely friends, we have our reading of the week. Please take a nice deep breath with me. Pulling that energy into our bodies and letting go of what no longer serves. Knowing that the wisdom of the cards this week will come to us when we need it, that we will remember what we need to remember, that we will easily and effortlessly recall the wisdom and the discernments that we've received here today, so that we can be of highest and best service this week as agents of love, of light, of wisdom, of beauty, of kindness, of harmony, of healing and transformation. As the masters that we came to be, waking up to our power, our ability to love deeply and well, and to adjust and adapt effortlessly in our own experience to the emotions that come up and to the physical manifestations which aren't quite up to par yet. We can use all of that in service to our personal and collective highest and greatest good. I am so grateful, Creator, for these weekly opportunities to gather our energies and co-create beautifully and magnificently. I ask that we all continue to pull in incredible, beautiful, powerful solutions and actions and decisions and choices for humanity. That those of us who are on the perimeter of the human family, who are seeking actively, masterfully cultivating their abilities, that we may stay clean and clear, broad and wise, grounded in you, grounded in the divine wisdom that exists within each one of us, that we may be clear and conscious channels for that out into the field of life in service to all of our highest and greatest good. I want to thank all those who helped to hold this space today. I want to thank the spirit of the oceans for coming to join us. Waters of life continue to bless us, and we are grateful and express our appreciation to you for the life you bring to us every day. And I want to thank you for being here and adding your energy to mine and making these readings bigger and better than they would be if I just did them myself. You are important. Your presence, mastery, and choices are adding to the collective human field. And I'm grateful for your willingness to do this work and to be the best version of yourself that you can be. We never get it done, especially as humans. We're never perfect, but our striving is what matters, and our willingness to take the journey and walk with each other and remember the divine and call it forth from each other, so that we just can't help ourselves. We just make the world better. I'll look forward to seeing you next week. If you are in the States, I wish you a very, very happy Thanksgiving, and I will look forward to seeing you next week. In the meantime, much love and light. Take good care, and bye for now.